tele le whaatasi mai le tātu tino. Taton fo i o lo solo ga le leife au mga aduenga tiu te mawhaiva sa hinga whaalawa i tele le mtanga aduenga o le soifo maloloina le territory. E tu sama le whaamai o le dengue fever. Ina ia tata longo pea ma whaamanatu le tāu o le whaio awala. E pui ai mai le nei whaamai. E au fia ai le whaamamaina ma le ave ese o apa o pusa fangu ma pau ta vale o lo to ai le vai to tonu e fai ma no fuanga e no foi le namu ma fa tele nai e le to pose lilo ile amatanga ma le solo le dengue fever e amata mai le namu ona solo lea e ala ile siama o lo pasiantu ile isi tangata wa tele atu moto le Pasifika o lo mawulunga numero tangata afia e au fia ai fiti ma tonga e sfulu malilima e wa afia i Samoa fantasi ai ma se tasio alo na maliwai.
O lea fo ua iai le lato declaration ia ua a whaine lato le dengue fever. O lea la ua mo fo ile tasi talafa noa ia tasi se ia si lava le tato tāngwengo soifo maloloina. Na ia maru pui o teo tato atunu ai me se lava o tato whanau. O le nenga singa se le dengue fever ia ele singa se fo na whaine fo i tato i tausanga o tuanai. Ai o le whamanatu. O awala i pui ai le nei whamai. Ia o le tūmama. O a i vash tino tame titi a po tatu tanga i vash tino tame titi a po tatu tanga tamatua. Ai e tasi lava le awala i pui ai le whamai lea. Pien o talno atu. E ave le namu. O le namu le mafuai. O le tulanga la na luenga la ale ma le whaasoa le mtanga luenga soifua. Ia tātou ngā lue whatasi, ina ia whatama ia, mea malava le whape whananau mai ele namu. O steimi na tō tangtanga ina ia le ata, ia ai mese lava ia mea ia po a tingi pau, mea ia to aile vai, o tingi apa, ia. Ai ei fo ina mala au ia whape le ola ile le namu, mea lava le o to aile vai. E tausanga o tingi pau, o mea uma ia whanau, tātou tamwhai ave ese fo le pe whatama ia, ina ia pui ai le whanau mai o le namu lea. E le o le teimi nei, e le o iei se tātou case o le dengue fever, ai e pe no tano atu, ia o le tamwhai lama ia puia, maru puia si o tātou tonu, i le whamai nei o dengue, ai o lea fo ia, o iei lava noe tatanu atu. Lo iei a tātou whanmai whai tūmalo i o i leone, i tāwhuna o whanga alu i a mamouli, whape fo ili motu sai minua, i a ofu matau. A whape lai whiwa lo wano la alu, wa le e se tūlanga o le wa tinga ina mtūlanga whape nā wa le ai. Ia o le temi nai tauna ave i le whanmai whai tūmalo, ia po le whanmai fo i whanga alu. Ina ia tamwhaia tongo fiti, ina ia pui e ne le whaale tonu. Ai, mo le tātou atunu, o le taritonu a tātou ngā lue whaatasi, e māma e se avenga, ia e me se foi, o le sili puia i lo tongo fitia, pe o le maunau tīlawa nā le soifua maloloina. Ia, ai, a whailawa e se fisili, ia, wala au mai, i le ono iwa ono tolu walu o po le lua tasiva.
O lo wha ngā solo le vaenga whaatiktai al polo kalama e ta o le Preach to Governance Initiative ua amatalia i lalo o le whainga malo o le awhionga le kovana ma le sui kovana. O le whaamamafo le nei polo kalama ina ia avea ma vaenga o le malo e whaamasani ma whaalawi loa ai fesongosoani a wale langolango wina o alo ma whana o Amerika Samoa o lo fia tautua ina le atunu ui le lumanai. E avea ma whaasino ala i nei alo ma whanau le atunu a wā awala e uia ina ia tino mai a lato wa awa onga i mata upu e te tau ai ma whai ngā malo ma le au nanga i tono malo te tasi. A mai ale vaenga e tau o le internship po o le ngā rurue wha amasani o na tā pena lea o se tasi la asanga ina ia avea ma tangata whai ngā rue ngā le malo mautu. O se tasio awala e fesongosoani ai i le whaavae o lo latou soifua ngā rurue i aso o i luma. A o tapena atu le motu Swains i le whaamana ino le se lau tu sanga, ta luana sisi na ele tanga vailu United States te tono le malu o motu Amerika Samoa. E alai se tu la fono i valuaiva. O le motu Swains mai luna tala wha solopito. Ua sili atu pai teimia i lai Hutchinson Jennings mai Southampton i le Stentio New York. Sa whaatoa ma whai ai whaatoa ngā Jennings malona whale tua ia malia sua mai le afio ango le whanga i Samoa tuto tasi. Sa whesonsoani telefo i le motu i le tamau ainga whapea ngā ruenga na ngā rurue ai māti na e ainga ai mai se ati na e ina o le territory. Inisio tala, e toa whasu i tau wālo o tau sinio mo le sa ilio se tau sala o le sosaiente o whaafawhine Amerika Samoa po le Miss Sofia. E pe yon si il fia o le vanyaso nei le whaangaso loai fuafuanga mo le whaamboe moe. O le sauni ngā lotu sa whaatautaya i le mamaru ta o luono. Whane lau mei le liaratori mi utulei le ufuafua. E vātaunu uinai le whaamboe moe. Ma ana sauno fo i se tansio sui o le sosaiente o whaafawhine e tu sai ma lea tūlanga.
Pe ana sila fia le vaiaso neu at sofaina e whaataua i nei whawhawhine malawa o Amerika Samoa e le ngata i Samoa nei ia mai se fo i la sai atu e mori atu ai nganga whaatai tele o no loto tari wala au foi ia e ala i le talia ino whawhawhine i le aso ana nafi. O nei sa ama talia le aso tamaitai sui tau vai to a wha pe ana whaino atu i se Tanoanga i dunga ea i le 93 KHJ ato ai ma le V103 ia lewa mātou whaatasi ma le KVZK nei aso whaalawi loa atu fo i sui tau wā ia e mai se whaamoe Sofias nei vai aso i le awhiawhi ana nei o le awhaile meet the contestants so i le mamano le atu no ia e mai se Sofias o le aso a tai au a mātadia ai le tato Pride Wave o lea wave le afa tau nuina i le fitu tai au ai mai ai le afa le valu faia lea i nuuli i luma le Alliance Against Domestic Violence ona so le aso sanga ta itasi i le maoto sulfa inga i whanga andu ia e asi ai fo ia nei whaalum whanau Amerika Samoa lo whaata o tolia so lulu ia o le afa i le whaafine forum le o le afa i le tato kolisi so whaatasi i malai imi ia ma o lo ia inia tātou sui whaapitoa, ia o i lātou i lava whai tau mai, o le a lātou tala noa e tuto atasi o le sui lea o le Samoa Whawhawhine Association, o le tamaitai fōi po tamaitai whaatonu o le program o le mana i Utopia Washington, o RLA Yando, ia o i lātou ia o le a tala noa, ma whaasoa e tūsai fōi no tāu po tau Whawhawhine, ia e le a taita ia lea tanoang, ia tamaitai nei Amerika Samoa mo pula le rural whawhawhine ia jaya se lua o le asofi ia te whaamoe le a whai tātou rehearsals i le whale lau mei ia a le asofa raile loa ia o le a i le tātou whale lau mei tala whai toa le ono e a mata le show i le fitu.
E tala mai ia pia i se pepo whaamtalanga o lo manino ai whaamtalanga tusia. Ale malu si ango le eletise i Samoa tuto tasi, le EPC, e whaapea o le ua lava matateafi mo le whaasosoaina o le eletise i le motu atoa upolu, e tusa ma le lima afi te tele o lo olisi ina, ma o lo le lei atotoa i fulu asou, ma o lo langolongoina malosi fo i eisi afi, le whaasosoaina o le eletise i fianga, tanu manono, hydroplans, lalomaunga, tawhitoala, samasoni, whaleo fee, maisi vaenga i peo le solar panels, maisi vaenga o nuu. E iai fo i nisio o pou, o lo o whaasosoa ina mai le tise nisio a fiu anga o lo tūlanga whale tonu. Ma o le a whaawawina pea o na matai tuina mo le whaia iai o ngāruenga whaale leia, e na i tau fia le toi tūlai mai, o ni whaale tonu i le motu sio le wila, i Samoa tuto tasi. Ma o tātou tala muli o tala mai le Pasifika. O le masino matio le tupsanga nei na whaamawina i e leo a fiti. Le si itia i lunga o le iwa su 3% mata uputa ufala au whaasaina i le atonoo. Pe a whaatusa le masina lava lea na te nei. Na whaafetai e le komisino leo a fiti ia tudravu ngā duenga la na ofisa i le tau fio viso o ta inga i fuala au whaasaina. I le whaatino ina o ngā duenga o so wha i le ofisa leo. Na sai mai ai le tusa ma le toa se lau. Ma eva se fulwono sa whaamonia mamolia i leo ia fiango whala au whaasaina. Na tawa fo i le komisina o lo mawaina pia whala au whaasaina o le eisa i o so wha inga leo ma o se tūlanga le leilea I tau mawhainga alona ofisa. O le whai ungare nao tātu tala mai lau KVZK de nei vaenga o le awhiawhi te motu seisi o na whapupunga I le aso ata eao. Tō wha soifua.
Talofa, this is your evening news on KVZK TV. Leading the news tonight, the Department of Health is actively promoting awareness about the serious risks associated with dengue fever and emphasizes the critical need for residents to maintain cleanliness in their surroundings.
Letting diseases, incoming health problems that may be affecting the lives of our people here in American Samoa. We having some issues with dengue fever, as we have recently heard that there are currently cases in Fiji Island, in our neighboring island of Samoa as well. There had been a reported fever that he was diagnosed with when he arrived there in New Zealand. So this is a message to our community that these communicable diseases, the dengue, the measles, the flu, they all come and go. As with dengue, you're probably already aware from before that this had happened before here. Know that it's a virus that is transmitted by the mosquitoes. If a mosquito bites somebody who is infected with this dengue virus, he's going to go bite another. We all know that in our surroundings at home, our communities in the villages, there's these old tin cans that are laying around our homes, the tires, the car tires, the drums that people collect the rainwater in. That we do advise that you please do clean all those receptacles or containers where the mosquitoes do breed in. They help us out in trying to keep American Samoa clean and healthy by getting rid of all those breeding sites for the mosquitoes. The signs and symptoms that we want to inform the public about this body rash that may look like measles rash or may look like a sunburned. The thing with this measles virus, it can mimic or look alike with some of the other viruses that similar symptoms. So the only way to confirm that you are having the dengue or another type of disease so that we can attend to it and get it prevented and treated. Please come in early. Don't wait until it gets too late, because if you do so, wait too long, by the time you get to the hospital. Treatment for the virus, the dengue virus, at this point, we don't have any vaccines, even in our neighboring islands in the South Pacific. And I believe from the recent information from CDC is that they had stopped distributing or manufacturing the anti-dengue virus. So they keep our people healthy and alive if we do get an outbreak of this dengue here on island. So with this virus, again, there is no specific cure. Prevention is the best protection. Let's work together. Let's work together to keep American Samoa safe and healthy and dengue-free. Manuia, America Samoa, Faftai. Currently, we don't have any dengue cases right now.
Mosquito transmits dengue fever, particularly the Aedes species, which breed in stagnant water. Familiar sources of standing water include discarded plastics, buckets, old tires, and any other containers that can collect rainwater. By thoroughly cleaning these areas and properly disposing of potential breeding sites, individuals can significantly reduce the risk of dengue outbreaks in their communities. Engaging in regular cleanup initiatives and educating others about preventative measures are vital steps in safeguarding public health against this preventable disease. Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Alec Ekeroma in Samoa, confirmed 15 reported cases of dengue fever as of last week, with one patient admitted to the hospital. The outbreak was declared after the death of a 12-year-old, marking the first fatality linked to the children's safety. Samoa's Ministry of Health is eliminating standing water to reduce mosquito breeding. Joya Tafengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. In a significant move to empower young talent, Governor Pulali'i Nicolau Pula and Lieutenant Governor Pulu Mataala Ai Jr. have launched the pilot phase of the Bridge to Governance initiative. This program aims to provide college students with meaningful office building. Inspired the initiative, and students involved in informal work highlighted the need for structured pathways into public service. The program will formalize their ambitions through internships, mentorship, and clear career paths. Governor Pula emphasized the initiative's importance of leaders. Participants will sign 2-year contracts, requiring them to earn an associate's degree, with the possibility of renewal for an additional 2 years. The program does not provide government scholarships or direct funding for educational expenses. In conjunction with the initiative, a task force will be established to combat unethical practices in the private sector, including tax evasion through under-the-table payments. This group will include representatives from various government departments and the American Samoa Chamber of Commerce. Looking ahead, Governor Pula encouraged all departments to fund 2 to 4 paid internship positions in their fiscal year 2026 budgets, integrating the Bridge to Governance initiative into government operations. The leaders hope that the legislative and judicial branches will adopt similar programs to develop leadership talent in all areas of governance. More details about this transformative initiative will be shared with college students soon. Joyetta Fengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. In other news, the Swains Island will be celebrating its 100th anniversary since it became a part of American Samoa. According to Southampton, New York, has owned the island since the 1850s. Eli Jennings and his wife, Malia Sua Jennings, from Lefanga, Samoa, developed a coconut plantation during the peak of the copra trade. The 1899 convention divided the Samoan Islands into a German colony and a U.S. territory. In 1900 and 1904, the U.S. signed deeds of cession with Tutuila and the Kingdom of Manua, respectively. Over the next 25 years, as Swains Island thrived in the copra trade, Congress recognized U.S. sovereignty over Swains Island on the 4th of March, 1925, making it part of America May 1925 on the Swains Island. On February 20, 1929, Congress ratified the deed of cessions, solidifying American Samoa's status and creating economic opportunities. Swains Island's copra contributed jobs and tax revenue while allowing Tutuila and Manua to combine their harvest for export. Today, the waters around Swains Island support a thriving tuna cannery, and its descendants have emerged as leaders in various sectors, including the church, government, and business. Joya Tafiangay Mali'i with your news on KVZK. 4 talented contestants are competing for this year's Miss Sophia crown. The festivities began this week with an inspiring service held at the CCCAS in Atu'u, organized by the Societe of Fa'afafine in American Samoa, each day leading up to the pageant on Friday. The society has arranged a series of engaged activities designed to celebrate the campus gymnasium, performances, elaborate costumes, and inspiring speeches, all culminating in a night dedicated to celebrating beauty, talent, and the spirit of empowerment.
This entire week is filled with fun activities. The Alliance 8:30 p.m. planned in the morning a pediatric visit, our annual pediatric visits for the children, and we will be providing gifts to all the children who are in the pediatric ward at LBJ. And later on Wednesday, we will have a Fa'afafine forum held at our community college at ASCC Auditorium. And this will feature our special guests. We have the Samoa Fa'afafine Association from Apia, President Alex Su'a, who will be a panelist, Aniendo. And this Talanoa session, or Talanoanga, will be mediated by our very own Jaya Sailua. Now, on Thursday is scheduled for our rehearsals, final rehearsals, and then on Friday night, that is our pageant night. So doors will open at 6 p.m. and the show will start at 7.
Joya Tafiangay Mali'i with your news on KVZK. In news from Apia, the Electric Power Corporation, or EPC, of Samoa has announced the cancellation of its power rationing program. In a statement, the EPC confirmed that sufficient generation capacity is now available to supply power across the entire island of Upolu. Currently, 5 leased generators at Fuluaso are fully operational, alongside continued support from the Fianga and Tanungamanono plants, as well as hydro plants located at Lalomanga, Taelefanga, Tafitoala, Alawa, Samasoni, and Falulife'e, in addition to solar energy sources. EPC expressed a gratitude, stating they give thanks to God for his provision, the sunshine for solar energy, steady rainfall for hydropower, and the safe arrival of equipment that made this restoration possible. As a result of this increase in capacity, the affected feeders, including Palisi, Industrial, Beach Road, Lefanga, South Coast, Alawa, East Coast, and West Coast, will no longer experience power rationing. The EPC will continue to closely monitor the system and keep the public informed of any unforeseen maintenance or necessary work. Joyetta Fiangay Mali'i with your news on KVZK. And finally, in news from the region, Fiji police reported a 93% increase in registered drug cases across the country in March of this year, compared to the same month last year. Fiji's police commissioner praised the operation for effectively destabilizing and dismantling the illicit drug network. He noted that the operation has led to over 100 arrests, with 96 individuals charged. He further noted that while methamphetamine is still being seized in small quantities, it remains significant in the police's current efforts. That's your evening news. Thank you for joining us. Good night.